What's up, traders? Sandro O'Connell here with Pristine Capital. Welcome to our market recap video. It is December 8th, 2021. Please go ahead and click the like button on this video. Also, please subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, today we're going to talk about the crazy action in the markets. Now, today was actually not that crazy. It really was just a balanced day. We're going to talk through the balanced day, talk through some of the top movers for today, my trades. And before we get into all that, quick first disclaimer, nothing in this video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan, your own risk parameters. And last but certainly not least, do not YOLO your entire account into any one of my trades or anyone's trades for that matter. All right, box scores for today. We had the S&P 500 as measured by the SPY finish up 0.26%. We have the NASDAQ QQQ finishing up 0.45%. We have the IWM small caps leading us today, up 0.68%. And we have the Dow Jones finishing up 0.07%, once again being the dog of the group. And take a look at volatility. Very small moves compared to what we've seen the past couple days in the actual, headline move, the price action. But in terms of volatility, a huge vol crush again. And then you can see our market breadth ended up finishing out positive for all four indices. But you can see the breadth did fall off a little bit from yesterday. Yesterday was more like 80% across the board. Today's more like, in the 60% range. Taking a look at our FinViz heat map, you can see Apple was the star of the day again, up 2.28%. In addition to Apple, we had Google advancing, Tesla advancing. We did have Nvidia and a lot of these semiconductors names taking a bit of a break today. Yesterday, they were super strong. You can see the financials also took a bit of a break. Sectors. Top performing sectors today, the ARK fund. Look at this, ARKK was up 3.11%. ARKW is up 3.46%. So Cathie Wood is getting her revenge. Whenever I see like too many people like dogging on Cathie Wood, I should probably just go ahead and buy the ARK fund. But yeah, really nice performances for those groups. Let's take a look at some of these laggards. Wow, and MSOS was up 5.76%. Really nice move for MSOS as well. And let's take a look here. IHI was up 0.81%. Nice performance. Yeah, and then the laggards really were the semiconductors and retail, which had both been very strong. Style factors, we had the growth style factor leading us today up 0.64%. And we had cyclicals up 0.52%, high beta up 0.58%. So I would say this was a pretty risk on style factor day. In the early part of the day, it was really like Minvol that was leading. And it looked like, hey, this might go the way of being a little bit more defensive. But by the end of the day, yeah, we had a much more risk on tape. So overall, I think things were looking pretty solid today. Let's take a look at these headline indices. S&P 500. And I believe the futures, yeah, they just opened up. Take a look. We already have the new little candle right here. Haven't had any movement so far. Oh my gosh. Well, let's take a look at this candle. So surprisingly, we've been talking about these three levels, the 4,500, 4,600, and 4,700 level. We pretty much established 4,600 is the pivot. Below it, we go to 4,500. Above it, we go to 4,700. To be honest, I was not expecting the pace at which we would get all the way up to 4,700. So today we tagged the top of this monthly value area, and you can see we bounced off of it a little bit. I think the market needs a little bit more clarity in terms of the inflation print on Friday. And then also we have Fed Wednesday next week. So I do think like this is an insane rally off the bottom. This is awesome. But I wouldn't expect like the market's just going to like break out to new highs, before that inflation print comes out. I mean, anything could happen. But today, we talked about this in our Pristine Capital pre-market webinar. It's likely to just be a balanced day for the indices. And it ended up being a balanced day. And I would imagine tomorrow is probably going to be another balanced day, because everyone is waiting for the inflation data to come out. Looking at our hourly chart, yeah, you can see same exact thing. We really just moved sideways throughout the session. NASDAQ. You can see same exact deal. We tagged the top of this monthly value area and we retreated just a little bit. Basically a balanced day. Russell 2000. Russell 2000, same deal. It's our top performer today. Yeah, really just a doji candle. So today was like, what is today? Tuesday? It was like Doji Tuesday. No, wait. Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? It's Wednesday. It was Doji Wednesday. Man, I don't even remember my days of the week anymore. Jeez. Alright. Dow Jones still being a dog. Also, same exact deal. Pretty much a doji, except this was actually a slight red candle. So headline indices, I must say today, not too exciting, which, that's a good thing. It's it's good and bad when you have these like crazy ranges every day. I know most people out there like to be like, yeah, but I just catch like every move to the up and downside. But yeah, it can be like pretty jarring, and you can get caught off sides in these really big like up and down days. Like I'm sure the past 2 days there were people that were short that were just getting carried off in a stretcher. Same thing, on these days, people that were long were basically getting carried off in a stretcher. So not too bad to get to a more calm market. VIX closed below a 20 for the first time since November 24th. Wow, so this was the day before Thanksgiving. And then Thanksgiving came, then we got that news, that Omicron variant, and we were in an elevated vol regime for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trading sessions. And then I would say, last session and then today really broke the cycle. Let's take a look here. We'll go to some of my trades for today. We'll just recap. I didn't do a whole lot of trading today, but I did get long of Roku. So I closed out of my Jumia common shares for $13.04. I'd paid $12.74 for those. Jumia ended up continuing throughout the day, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jumia ended up being up an additional 9.87%. This still looks good. You can see it looks like the stock is being accumulated here. So yeah, really nice action for Jumia. Took that one off for a small winner. And then at 9.43, I got long Roku for $242.45. In Roku, there was the news that their partnership with Google was going to be extended, I believe, a couple more years. And what I noticed was right off the open, there was just insane volume coming into the stock, and I saw call buyers as well. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to get long here. So I got long some Roku, and it does seem like some of these names have just gotten so washed out. And mind you, like these are good companies too. And they've just gotten so washed out over the course of the year. It kind of seems like with some of these names, last week or two was really like the crescendo of the year. I mean, I think a lot of the tax loss harvesting is pretty much over, and now people can start allocating to what they want to hold into 2022. So yeah, Roku, I would not be surprised if we make it all the way through this monthly value area into New Year's. We'll have to see though. Hey, Roku is looking good. Let's take a look at our options order flow via VigTech. Dun dun dun. Let's see. I'm pulling this up. Where is it? Our options matrix. Let's take a look at our options races. Who's going to win the race? Is it going to be Tesla? Is it even a race? Because we know exactly which company wins it every single day. I love how most people would never realize that it's just like an unspoken rule that like Tesla will have the most options order flow out of every single company in the market today. Every single day. And you can see we have 2 billion for Tesla. A very light day for Tesla actually. Apple, Devon Energy is somehow in the number 3 slot. That's crazy. Let's see DVN. That's definitely worth noting. Yeah, Devon Energy is consolidating right at the highs. See, looking pretty good. We'll have to dig deeper into the actual contracts being traded. SPG, this is Simon Property Group. So there was definitely a reopening theme today as well. Yeah, Simon Property Group coming off the lows. Roku, of course. Already looked at that one. Alibaba, CME Group. Yeah, some interesting names today. Names that don't come up, every single session. And let's take a look. We'll go to our bubbles here. Our Tradescape. So Tesla, of course, Bunch of flow. What else is new? Apple, big winner for today, getting saturated with call options. Going to December, going to January, 170 strikes, 175 strikes. Simon Property Group, wow, look at this. For January 2023, bullish. Wow, yeah, that's January 2023, so that's, 2 years out. Or like a year and change. Interesting. Why so bullish on Simon Property Group? This is also January 2022, 130 strike, 105 strike. Wait, what's this at right now? Okay, it's at 157. So these are in the money. 50 strike, 65 strike. Interesting. So someone's getting into SPG in a major way. AMD, mostly calls. And it's so funny. Like, we've been watching this flow pretty much like the days when the market was like the worst. It was all puts going up. And like in hindsight, of course hindsight is always 2020. But when the majority of the flow was coming in as puts, that was really like the worst time to be buying puts. So it's just kind of funny how that works. Now that the market is like just off to the races again, now it's like, all right, let's buy calls now. So pretty crazy. Nvidia, looking good, mostly calls. Facebook, mostly calls. Everyone's just trying to get it in before the holiday. These guys are like, I need my performance bonus. Right? Like, give me that bonus. Roku, wow, surprisingly, some big puts coming in. That's interesting. And then CME Group, 200 strike, 195, 180, 180 for March. Let's take a look at CME Group. Yeah, and CME Group is breaking out to new highs, looking good. Watch, we're going to find out. It's going to be like CME Group buys Coinbase or something. It's going to be like something crazy. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. But yeah, CME Group showing some really nice momentum. Now let's take a look at one more before we break. Let's see. Let's take a look at Snapchat. But we got Rivian in here. Actual Rivian calls. Let's see Rivian. Yeah, look at that. Rivian's actually looking very solid. It's building out like a little basing pattern over here. I like it. And the volume's really drying up. Rivian might be on the watch list tomorrow. Let's see. With that being said, that about does it for this market recap video. Wow, completely blanked on that. It's been a long day. That about does it for this market recap video. Hope you all have an awesome evening, and I will see you all tomorrow.